Hi guys, so I just got here. I'm gonna be doing my first ever breath work today. I'm so excited. I'm excited and nervous. There's like so many emotions going on. I'm already feeling emotional. I came all by myself. I'm nervous because I'm alone, but I know that it's gonna be great. So I just want to update you guys when I'm done. Wish me luck. I'm so excited for this. Okay, so I'm done with the breath work, and all I have to say is wow. So that little video that you guys just saw was from last night. I did record myself last night for a little, and then I stopped and realized, wait, let me actually process what happened and take in everything, and then, tell of my experience. So that's what I'm doing now. This is the day after breath work, and wow, I feel like I ran a freaking marathon. Like I did a freaking intense boot camp. My body feels sore. I feel like exhausted. Like I let so much go and leave my body that wasn't serving me anymore, Excuse me. All right. So for this breathwork event, someone sent it to me on Instagram, and I was like, wow, why hadn't I came up on this? Like, why hadn't I seen this? Like, this is my stuff. Like, this is something that I would have loved to have done. And thankfully it hadn't happened yet. So I'm like, OMG, I'm gonna get some tickets for this, like for myself. And I did send it to a couple friends. Some were interested. I was waiting to see if someone would go with me before I bought my ticket, but then like last week, I think it was on Friday, I was like, why are you waiting for somebody to assure you that they're gonna go with you? Like, do this on your own. It's good to do it on your own. It's fine to do it on your own. It's better to do it on your own. And I'm gonna be honest, I was so nervous to do this by myself because it's something new, and I really don't like hate trying new things alone. So I was so nervous, but I'm so thankful that I did this alone, and I actually went, and I didn't let myself, like stop myself from going because I was scared of doing this alone. Like this was one of the best experience that I've had by far this year. It was so amazing. There was so much healing done. It was it was phenomenal. I can't even explain it. So like once you purchase your ticket, it does give you like some direction. It tells you where it's gonna be, what time it's gonna start, arrive a little bit earlier. It does tell you like bring a yoga mat so you can lie on it, bring a blanket so you can cover yourself, a pillow if you need it, one of those like sleeping bands on your eyes or whatever they're called. So I took all of that, and then plus a water bottle in case you get thirsty. Um, so I got there. It was pretty chill. There was already so much people there when I got there. Um, the girl told me, you have to lie your mats this direction, like find a spot wherever you like. So I did end up going like kind of against a wall on one side where there was space because I was alone, and you know me, I don't want to be in the center. So yeah, I did go like towards the side, and I laid down my stuff, and I just sat down and waited till we started. There was people meditating before we started. There was people doing yoga before we started. It was really awesome. I didn't see anybody that I knew. It was in Palm Springs, so I thought I was going to see people that I knew, but I didn't. And before the event started, like, the person doing it, his name is Marty, he did say that people were coming in from out of the area. So I'm pretty sure that there was a lot of people out of the area there. Um, so it said it was going to start at 6:45 to 9. The event actually didn't start until like 7:12 because he did wait for other people to get there, which was totally fine. Um, so, he said, like, get to know your neighbors because after this, you're definitely gonna know them because it's so intense. So I was like, hey, to my neighbors, like, is this your first time doing this? They're like, yeah. I'm like, me too. Then one of my neighbors, she was with her husband, she was like, I'm kind of like nervous or freaked out because I don't want to start hysterically crying. Like, can I run out the door if something happens? And I'm like, same. So then after that, I was like, okay, I'm not the only one who feels like this. Most of the people that are here, it's their first time, just like me, so I'm gonna be good. So yeah, the session starts. Marty, which was the person holding this breath work, he had two helpers with them. They were called healers. And just in case, something happens and you need reassurance or guiding through the breath work, they'll come to you. They can feel your energy without you even making noise or anything. So he started, we were lying down, just relaxing. He told us to relax. He told us a little bit about himself, like why he does this, what he likes about it, and what he has gone through that made him come into breath work and made him come into shamanism, because I believe he is a shamanic practitioner. I think I read that like on his bio. And also he told us like the benefits of it and all of that stuff. So once we started, you literally just lie down, you cover your eyes, and you have to really focus on what he tells you to do. There's music playing in the background, so he tells you to breathe a certain way, in and out through your nose. Literally, it's not in through your nose and then out through your mouth. I think I said that. It's in and out through your mouth. So there were times where we were breathing like this, like different rhythms going to the beat of the music and all of that. There were times where we were going like literally straight for like 5 minutes nonstop, and you have to keep going because that's what's gonna make you reach that level of subconsciousness that he's trying to get you to, or whatever. It was pretty intense, to be honest. There were times where my throat was getting dry because I'm not a mouth breather. I breathe in through my nose and out through my mouth. So whenever I do breathe in through my mouth, like my mouth always gets dry. So, but I was just trying to like keep my mouth moist and my lips and just keep going with the flow. So in the beginning, once we got into it, maybe like 5 minutes into it, like I did start feeling the tingling sensations all over my arms. Like it was crazy. I don't know what it was. You know how when your foot goes to sleep and then you get that tingling sensation? It wasn't like that. It was a different tingly sensation, but it was all over my arms and it just felt like energy and it felt so crazy. And then we just kept doing more rhythms, more flows, different breathing. And I felt that all over my body. And then maybe like I think it might have been probably 20-30 minutes into the session. This is like an hour session long. That's when you would start hearing people cry, people yelling, making noises, because it was getting more into your subconscious mind where we hold everything that we don't want to bring up or that we don't know is there. And so I had my eyes closed, following the beat of the breathing, whatever we were doing. And he's talking throughout it too, like assuring you where you're at, like what you need to do. And at one point, like I had the blindfold on, and like at the corner here I saw it was like a symbol or a picture. It wasn't necessarily us, but I felt like I saw me and my mom like hugging, and just it was there, like it wasn't moving. And I tried to concentrate my mind into something else because I'm like, I know there's other things that need healing. Like, why is this staying there? And it was just staying there. It wasn't moving. Like, I was trying to focus something else. Nope, it was just there. It was just there. It was just there. It was like my subconscious mind saying, this needs to heal, this needs to heal. And I was like, okay. So then, like, I just kept breathing, following the rhythm, seeing that picture there. And my eyes just started to get watery. And I felt energy building up where I wanted to cry, but I just couldn't. Like, tears were probably flowing out, but I wasn't crying. And then I feel in the back of me, one of the healers comes to me. Like, I wasn't making noise, I wasn't yelling, but I guess she felt my energy. And she came to me and she's just like on my shoulders. She's like, it's okay to let go. You've been strong for so long. Like, this is your time to let go and really heal. And after she said that to me, I was like, okay, you have to do this. And like, I just let myself cry, and like I was crying, and like I did make a little bit, I was a little bit loud but not too loud. And right after I let myself heal from what that was, I was able to get something else out of my subconscious mind. So when I saw that of me and my mom, I really thought of, love as growing up as a child. So I grew up with just my mom, and like in our family, we didn't really know how to show love to each other or compassion or hug, even say I love you. Like, we never really did that. And I feel maybe as a child, I needed that. And I never felt that. So I think that might have came up because it's something that I need to work on now, and it's something that I needed to heal from when I was a little girl. It was so crazy. Oh my god. So that's really something I need to work on now, like the relationship with my mom. So after I healed from that, I was crying and just like it was so crazy. Like, something else came up in the center here of my vision in my head. Like, it was this energy of two sisters. And like right at the point, right at the bat, I knew it was me and my sister. And it was like an energy radiating love. And I just felt like that was me and my sister. And when we grew up, we didn't really have a close relationship or a loving relationship, I would say. But as we got older, we did. Like, we really started bonding and I think loving each other. There have been times recently where we kind of have drifted apart, but I feel like we try to get back to that point. So I feel like that might have been like, oh, you're healing, you're healing that love that you didn't get from any side of your family, your mom, your sister. And now it's time to really take that in and show that to them. So it was awesome. At that point, I did cry too. And then after that, you know, like this thought of my grandpa did come out. And anything that comes to your head is stuff that needs healing, stuff that you need to really focus on and heal because it's there, even if you don't think it's there. I thought that other stuff was going to come up that I thought I needed healing of. And no, like this stuff that I wasn't even thinking about came up and said, hey, you need to focus on me. This needs healing before you go into the other parts of your subconscious mind. So the last thing that really came up to me that needed healing was of my grandpa. And it was just a little bit, I cried more, and it just felt like I needed to heal from his death more than what I did. There was still grieving there, and I cried and it felt good, and just let everything go. Wow, even talking about it is like, wow. And then, you know, we got into the breathing patterns again. He does let us take little breaks to get back into your normal breathing rhythm, because let me remind you, we're breathing in through our mouth and out through our mouth. Like, that's not my regular breathing pattern. So like towards the end of the session, you know, you go into a different rhythm of breathing, and he like tells you like, oh, think about all the people that you're grateful for, everyone who's been there for you, this and that, even though you've never told them thank you, or someone that you need you need to hear thank you from, or forgiveness or whatever. And in my head, like, I started bringing up people in my life who I was so grateful for, that I didn't even realize I was grateful for. And one person that really came up, that I feel like was there during growing up for me during like my high school years when I needed somebody to be there, was my cousin. And she came up to me in my thought, and I was like, thank you, like, thank you so much for being there for me, for pushing me to do something, because she literally pushed me to, you know, try to do basketball. And I did try to do it, but it didn't work for me. But she was there for me, and she really supported me, and I was grateful for her at that moment. Like, I felt, you know, like I was so thankful for her being there for me during that time. And I was thankful for my sister, and I was thankful for one of my friends from work, because her and her family are so amazing, and they've been such great people for me. And I'm so thankful for other people in my life, but these were the like top 3 people that came to my head. And also my grandpa came in there. Like, I was like, thank you for being there and kind of being a father figure towards me when I didn't really have one. And then towards the end, you know, he's bringing you back to your whole persona and to your conscious mind. And towards the end, like, I had my eyes closed in the blindfold, and I started seeing a purple ball floating around. And I was like, oh wow, like, what is this? I didn't think anything of it, you know, but I just kept seeing it. And then at the end of the session, he did hold a Q&A, and someone did say like, I saw like a purple light moving, and then he said, oh, that's your third eye. That means that your third eye was opened. And I was like, wow, awesome. Like, I can't believe this was able to open my third eye. So it was super interesting. And then last thing, at the end of the session, when we're coming back to life, back to our normal self, because you were literally in a different dimension, I'm not gonna lie. I could just feel, I opened my eyes a little bit, and I could peek through the little like holes right here from the blindfold, and like, I felt my eyes were throbbing, and my cheeks were throbbing, my lips were throbbing, like pulsating, like freaking throbbing, and just radiating this crazy, crazy energy that I've never felt before. And it was all over my head, my face, and all over my body. And I was like, oh shit, what is this? Like, I didn't really even notice that all this was going on, because I was so focused in my healing. But you were really like focusing on it in the end, because you weren't doing anything else. You were just coming back to yourself. And then it was done. And I can really say that this was one of the best experiences that I've had. I do not regret at all coming to this breath work. Some people will get it, some will not. It's not for everyone. I was so scared to do it because I have anxiety, and I feel like I have heart problems or something wrong with me. And I'm like, what if something happens and I don't feel good? What if I start throwing up? This and that. I was just thinking the worst, but nothing like that happened. It literally calmed me down. It made me feel great. It was amazing. And I really recommend anyone who's looking to tune into their spirituality, to tune into their higher self, who wants healing, even just a regular person who doesn't know what they want, do this breath work. Like, I didn't know I needed healing from this. I didn't know I needed healing from that. But I did, and it really helped me. I woke up from that breath work and I just felt light. I felt like a new person. I didn't feel myself anymore. Of course, I was in my body, but it didn't feel like I was me. And even right now, like, I feel like, fuck, like, I just went through this intense shit, which I didn't work out. It was literally this breath work, but it's literally some hard ass work because my body feels exhausted and drained and fuck. Oh, one more thing that I forgot to mention, like throughout the process, like I would feel that tingling all over my arms and body. And there were many different like times where I felt like my hands were stiffening and clenching, and I was like, fuck, what is this? Like, I'm getting kind of scared. And I would just move them, and like, you know, I had my eyes closed and stuff, but I would move them to try to stop that, and it would help a little bit. But he said, Marty said that it's normal and it's part of it. You know, sometimes your ego wants to control everything, but you just have to let go and just go with the flow and the rhythm and just dive in. And that's literally what I did. So he said he is planning to do another breath work next month, and I'm totally gonna be there. If anyone wants to tune into their spirituality, I suggest that you go to this. Yoga, meditation, sound baths, they all really help in tuning into your spirituality, but breath work is taking it to another level. Like Marty said, he said that he really bases his breath works and everything that he does on his journeys that he's had with ayahuasca and with plant medicine and psychedelics. So it was so intense. And if you've ever wanted to try plant medicines or ayahuasca, psychedelics, anything like that, like I feel like this, for healing purposes, of course, this is maybe the first step into doing that. Because actually, for, you know, some retreats where they do have ayahuasca, they incorporate breath work in their stays at the retreats. So this is really great. And me in the future, I have said on my previous videos, I do want to try it because I really feel like my soul is calling for it and I need this healing. Like, it's been, I think maybe for the last 3 years, my soul has been crying for help and healing, but I've never really paid attention to it until probably the end of last year and the beginning of this year. And I'm just listening to it at this point, and I'm ready. I'm really ready for it. I'm ready for what my higher self has to offer me, for what this universe has to offer me, and I'm so excited. And anything that's not here to serve me is going away, just like it did last night. The breath work really helps to remove any blockages that are not serving you, especially to heal. So thank you guys for listening to me and, you know, watching my video about my experience. If you have any questions, comment them below. I'll answer. All I could say is, wow, like, this was the best thing I ever have done. And I've probably said this a trillion times in this video, but it truly was. And can't wait to do it again. Bye, guys.